Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I'll be breaking down the MLB slate for Tuesday, May 2nd. We got a full 15-game slate on for this Tuesday. It should be a pretty fun slate. Every team is in action, so there are plenty of options today. Let's go and get started. Alright, so looking at SP1 today, I think there's only one SP1 that I'm going to be targeting. That's Chris Sale, pitching at home against the Orioles. I know the Orioles, they do hit lefties pretty well, but if you look at Chris Sale's game log this year, he's just been absolutely killing it. In his 5 games out this year, he's put up 27, 29, 38, 41, and 28 DraftKings points. He has been really consistent this year. Through 5 games, he has 52 strikeouts, so he's averaging over 10 strikeouts per game. He has just been lighting it up. He also has a 1.20 ERA, which is very solid. I really like Chris Sale today. I actually think he's a little bit underpriced at $12,500. I was expecting him to be a little bit more expensive than that, especially with the way he's been pitching. And if you look at the matchup for Sale, it is a pretty solid matchup. Baltimore, they actually rank towards the bottom of the league in just about every offensive category. So I really like Chris Sale today, especially with the way he's pitched this year. He's just been absolutely killing it. He's going to be my SP1 on this slate. I don't think there's really any other guys I want to pay up for besides him. John Lester didn't catch my eye pitching at home against the Phillies, but Lester really hadn't been that good this year. If you look at his box score, he has really struggled. He's only had about 2 decent games, so I'm not going to be on Lester today. I would much rather just take Chris Sale. I think Chris Sale is a much safer option, and he has a ton more upside, so he's going to be my SP1. And looking at SP2s, I think there are 3 SP2s that I like today. First off, I do like James Paxton pitching at home against the Angels. Paxton has looked really solid this year. Aside from that one game at Oakland, he's put up 21, 32, 38, and 34 DraftKings points. He has been really consistent. He's been getting the strikeouts. I really like James Paxton today. I know the Angels, they're not that good of they're not a team that's going to strike out a lot, but they're not really going to score many runs either. I really like that Paxton's pitching at home in Seattle. He'll have the home crowd behind him. He's definitely going to be on my radar for an SP2. He could possibly be an SP1, but I think I'm going to be paying up for Sale and then trying to fit one of these guys in. But I really like James Paxton today as an SP2. I think he has really good upside. He has a ton of strikeout upside. Any team he faces, he's going to strike him out. So I like Paxton. I also really like Carlos Martinez pitching at home against the Brewers. I really like that Martinez is going to be playing at home in St. Louis, which is a pitcher-friendly park. Martinez, he has been a little inconsistent this year. Through 5 games, he's put up 32, 2, 22, 10, and 18 DraftKings points. He has been up and down, but I really like that he's pitching at home, like I said. The Brewers have actually been hitting the ball really well this year, but they don't really hit the ball well out of Miller Park, and they're going to be on the road today. So that's probably one of the reasons I'm looking at Carmart. If he was playing in Milwaukee, then he probably wouldn't be on my radar, but since he's playing at home in that pitcher-friendly park, and since the Brewers don't hit as good on the road, Carmart's definitely going to be a guy I look at for an SP2. 8,900, I don't really like that price tag, but I feel like he's pretty safe since he's going to be pitching at home, and the Brewers they don't hit that well on the road. So I definitely think you can target Carmart. And the other SP2 I like is Danny Duffy pitching at home against the White Sox. Now these teams just played on April 25th, and Duffy got rocked. He had -4 DraftKings points. He only pitched 4 2/3 innings, allowed 6 earned runs. I don't think that's going to happen again. I really like Duffy today. He's going to be pitching at home in Kansas City, which is a pitcher-friendly park. Aside from that one game against the White Sox, he's been really consistent this year. Through those 4 games, put up 23, 15, 26, and 22 DraftKings points. I really like this matchup. You know the White Sox, they're not a good hitting team. Duffy, he really hadn't been getting the strikeouts this year. Through 5 games, he's only got 24 strikeouts, but his ERA is pretty solid. He's got a 2.81 ERA, so he hasn't been really allowing many runs. The White Sox, they will strike out a lot. I like Duffy to get some strikeouts today, so he's definitely going to be on my radar as well for an SP2. I know 8,800, that's kind of expensive for him, but if you're looking at his last game against the White Sox, his price tag was over $10K. So you're getting a really good discount on him today off of his last game. So I also like Danny Duffy today as an SP2. He's going to be on my radar. Yeah, that's pretty much it for pitcher. For SP1, I think you're going for Chris Sale. And then for SP2s, I like Paxton, I like Carlos Martinez, and I like Danny Duffy. Yeah, that's pretty much all the pitchers I like today. Let's go and move on to catcher. All right, for catcher, I'm going to be attacking the mid-range here, or I'm going to be going for value. At that mid-range, I do like Buster Posey today. He didn't get in a matchup against Alex Wood. Alex Wood has been a very solid pitcher this year, but I really like Posey's price tag today at just $3,700. I think that is way too cheap for him. He's going to be getting the platoon advantage. He's going to be going up against the lefty, and he does hit lefties very well. I think Buster Posey is just a safe cash game option today, especially with that price tag. That's one of the main reasons that I like him. $3,700 does seem a little bit too cheap. Posey, he's one of the best hitters at the catcher position. He's just an overall great player. I think he's too cheap today, so he's going to be on my radar if I'm looking to pay up or attack the mid-range. And then looking for a little bit of cheaper value plays, I really like Steven Vogt today, getting a matchup against Irvin Santana. Although Irvin Santana has looked solid this year, I'm not buying into that. So I definitely think you can target Steven Vogt today. He is going to be getting the platoon advantage going up against the righty. He does hit righties very well. I really like Steven Vogt. If you need some catcher value, I like his price tag at just $3,200. He has been really inconsistent lately. In his last 4 games, he put up 3-0-0 and 3 DraftKings points. But I like him to bounce back today against Santana. Irvin Santana, he is not a good pitcher. So I definitely think you can target Steven Vogt. And then one more value play I like at catcher is Matt Wieters getting a match against Taijuan Walker. Matt Wieters, he has been on an absolute tear lately. In his last 4 games, he's put up 13, 19, 0, and 39 DraftKings points. Wieters has been crushing the ball with the Nationals this year. He's batting .301. He's already got 4 home runs. He's been really showing off his pop this year. I really like that he's going to be batting from his left side today. Since Taijuan Walker is a righty, Wieters is going to bat from his left side, and he does bat a lot better from his left. So I definitely think you can target Matt Wieters today. If you're looking to go cheap at catcher, with the way he's been playing, I feel like he should be a lot more expensive than $3,200. So you're getting a good discount on him. So I definitely think you can target Matt Wieters as well for catcher value. And yeah, that's pretty much it for catcher. Let's go ahead and move on to first base. All right, looking at first base today, there ain't any value plays I like here. I'm just going to be paying up at first base. So looking at the guys I want to pay up for, I really like Ryan Zimmerman today, getting a matchup against Taijuan Walker. Zimmerman, he has just been on an absolute hot streak lately. If you look in his game log, in his last 4 games, he's put up 26, 30, 24, and 21 DraftKings points. He's been absolutely crushing the ball this year. He's batting .420, and he's already got 11 home runs, which is towards the top of the league. I definitely think you can target Ryan Zimmerman today. With the way he's been playing this year, he should definitely be over $5K, so you're getting a great discount on him. And he's getting a pretty solid matchup against Taijuan Walker. Walker, he is a solid pitcher, but he will definitely struggle at times, and he will give up home runs. And Zimmerman, he's a great power hitter. He's already got 11 home runs this year, so I definitely think you can target him. He's just been absolutely mashing the ball this year. Also at that same, or at 100 less, I really like Eric Thames today. He seems a little bit too cheap at just $4,500. I know he has sort of died down a little bit, but I still like him just as an overall hitter. If you watch this guy hit, he's never going to swing at pitches out of the zone. He rarely strikes out. He has some of the best plate discipline. So you're either going to get a walk from him or he's going to put the ball in play. So I really like Eric Thames today. He's just an overall great hitter. He's just been mashing the ball this year. He's batting .345, already got 11 home runs. There's not much I need to say about Thames. You know he's one of the best hitters in the league right now. He's getting a great matchup going up against the righty and Carlos Martinez. No Martinez, he is a very solid pitcher, but he has struggled at times this year. Eric Thames, he can definitely do work against the righties, so I definitely think you can target him as well if you're paying up for first base. And then looking at a guy that I really want to pay up for today, and I also think is a little bit underpriced, is Matt Carpenter going up against Willie Peralta. This is a BVP play that I really like. If you look at Carpenter's BVP against Peralta, he has crushed him 43 at-bats, so a pretty good sample size. Matt Carpenter has had 20 hits. 9 of those hits were extra base hits, and 3 of those hits were home runs. He's batted .465 against Peralta. So I really like Matt Carpenter today. I wish he was playing in Miller Park. Miller Park is a much better hitter's park, but I still like Carpenter. If you just look at the BVP, he has done really well against Peralta. And he's been hitting the ball pretty well lately. On his last 4 games, he's put up 27, 6, 0, and 20 DraftKings points. So I definitely think you can target Matt Carpenter as well at first base, especially if you believe in BVP. He should be on your radar. He has done really well against Peralta in his career. So I do like Matt Carpenter as well. And yeah, those are some first basemen I like today. Let's go ahead and move on to second base. All right, at second base today, I think I'm going to be paying up here or attacking the mid-range. If I'm paying up, I really like Daniel Murphy today, getting a match against Taijuan Walker. I feel like Murph is just a little bit too cheap at $4,500. He's going to be going up against the righty, and he crushes righties. If you look at his last 4 games, he's just been pretty consistent. He's put up 36, 2, and 18 DraftKings points. You all know Murph is one of the best hitters in the league. He's batting .343 this year, which is very solid. He's already got 5 home runs. I love these getting the platoon advantage. He crushes righties, so I definitely think you can pay up for Murph today. $4,500 does seem a little bit too cheap. And then looking at the mid-range, one guy that's been hitting the ball very well lately is Josh Harrison. He's going to be getting a matchup against Scott Feldman today. I love that Harrison's going to be playing in the Great American Ballpark. That is a great hitter's park. And as I'm recording this video, Josh Harrison just hit his second home run of the night. So his hot streak is just continuing. And if you look at his last 4 games, he's put up 21, 15, 0, and 7 DraftKings points. Harrison, he's just an overall great hitter. He has a lot of power, and he also has pretty good speed as well. He will definitely steal bases if he gets on base. He's getting a great matchup today going against Feldman. Feldman is not a good pitcher. So I definitely think you can target Harrison today. I think he's a little bit too cheap, just 3,900 with the way he's been playing, and especially playing in Cincinnati. That is a great hitter's park. So I definitely think you can target him at the mid-range. And then looking for a guy that's a little bit cheaper, possibly good value play today, it's Starlin Castro going up against Matt Latos. I love that the Yankees are going to be playing at home today. Their ballpark is a great hitter's park, and I love that Castro is going to be going up against Matt Latos. Matt Latos is a terrible pitcher. I definitely think you can target Castro today if you're looking to go cheap at second base. He's just been really consistent lately. He's been getting the job done. On his last 4 games, he's put up 8, 24, 5, and 11 DraftKings points. He's been hitting the ball really well this year. He's batting .352. He's already got 5 home runs. Matt Latos is a terrible pitcher. He will give up a ton of home runs, so I definitely think you can target Castro at just 3,600 if you need some value. Like him. And yeah, there's some second basemen I like today. Let's go ahead and move on to third base. All right, at third base today, I think this is going to be a position where I go for value. Looking at some guys that are cheaper in, I do like Josh Harrison today. I already mentioned him at second base. You can play him at third base. And then under him, I really like Jed Jorko today, getting a matchup against Willie Peralta. If you look at Jorko's BVP against Peralta, he has done pretty well against him. 12 at-bats, a pretty good sample size. Jorko has had 5 hits. One of those hits was a home run. He's batting .417 against Willie Peralta, so he has done pretty well against him. Jorko, he's been hitting the ball really well this year. He's batting .333. He's already had 4 home runs, and he's been pretty consistent as of late. In his last 4 games, put up 2, 0, 19, and 8 DraftKings points. So I definitely think you can target Jorko today, especially if you believe in BVP. He has done really well against Willie Peralta, so I like him for value. And then a couple more value plays I like. I really like Chase Headley today, getting a matchup against Matt Latos. I love that Headley's going to be playing at home today in Yankee Stadium, and Headley's going to be batting from his left side, and you know Yankee Stadium is a great hitter's park, especially for lefties. So I also like Chase Headley today if you're looking for value at third base. He has been pretty consistent lately. In his last 4 games, he's put up 5, 13, 0, and 7 DraftKings points. He's been hitting the ball well this year. He's batting .301. He's got 3 home runs. Like I said, I love he's playing at Yankee Stadium. That is a great hitter's park for lefties. Matt Latos, he really struggles against lefties, so I definitely think you can target Chase Headley as well if you're looking for value. At that same price tag, also really like Joey Gallo today, getting a matchup against Mike Fiers. Joey Gallo, he crushes righties. He should be in the starting lineup today since the righty is going to be on the mound. Definitely think you can target him as well if you're looking for value. He's going to be playing in a hitter-friendly park in Houston. That ballpark does favor hitters. And you all know Joey Gallo is a great power hitter. He's already had 7 home runs this year. Mike Fiers, he will definitely give up home runs. So I also like Joey Gallo as well. If you're looking for value, I like his price tag at just $3,500. I think he has a great chance to go deep. Yeah, those are some third basemen I like for value. Let's go and move on to shortstop. All right, looking at shortstop today, I think I'm going to be paying up here. I really like Trey Turner at the top today at just $4,700, getting a matchup against Taijuan Walker. Trey Turner, he's just an overall great hitter. He has a ton of upside. In his last 4 games, he's put up 19, 8, 11, and 7 DraftKings points. He has been really consistent. He's been hitting the ball pretty well this year. He's batting .317, and he's already had 2 home runs. And like I said, Turner has a ton of upside. If he gets on base, he's going to steal bases, and he does have power as well. He could definitely take Taijuan Walker deep. So I really like Trey Turner today. I think $4,700 is a little bit too cheap for him. I think he should be at least $5K or over that. So I like Trey Turner today if you're going to pay up for shortstop. I also really like Francisco Lindor as well, getting a matchup against Justin Verlander. I know people might see Justin Verlander and want to stay away, but if you look at Lindor's BVP against Verlander, he has done really well against him. 20 at-bats against Verlander. Francisco Lindor has had 9 hits. One of those hits was a home run, so he's batting .450 against Justin Verlander, so he has seen him very well. Definitely think you can target Lindor today. He is way too cheap at just $4,100. In his last 4 games, he's put up 16, 10, 4, and 25 DraftKings points, so he has been really consistent. He's just been hitting the ball really well this year. He's already had 7 home runs. And I love the price tag that you're getting on him today. People will probably be scared away when they see Verlander, but Lindor has pretty good BVP against him, so I like him as well if you're going to pay up for shortstop. And also at that same price tag, I really like Aledmys Diaz going against Willie Peralta. Diaz, he has been a little inconsistent lately. In his last 4 games, he's put up 0, 3, 3, and 4 DraftKings points. But as I'm recording this video, he just hit a home run, so maybe that'll get him going. And I love his matchup today against Peralta. Peralta, he is a terrible pitcher. I really like the Cardinals today. If you need a team to stack, they should definitely be able to put up some runs on Peralta. So I like Aledmys Diaz as well at shortstop. If you're going to pay up, you can definitely target him at just $4,100. And yeah, those are some shortstops I like today. Let's go ahead and move on to outfield. All right, so some outfielders at the low 4K price range that I like. I really like Billy Hamilton today, getting a matchup against Tyler Glasnow. Glasnow, he really struggles to keep runners on base, so this could be a game where Billy Hamilton's going to be off and running. We could see him get multiple stolen bases here. So I definitely like Hamilton today at the lower 4K price range. Glasnow really struggles to keep runners on base, and he does walk a ton of batters, so Hamilton, he could get walked in his first at-bat and steal a couple bases and return value just like that. So I definitely think you can target him at just 4,100. I think that price tag is a little bit too cheap. I really like that he's going to be batting from his left side today as well. He does bat a lot better from his left. So I like Billy Hamilton at just 4,100 today. And for a little bit cheaper, I also really like Aaron Judge at just 4K, going up against Matt Latos. I love this matchup for Judge. Matt Latos gives up a ton of home runs. Aaron Judge is one of the best power hitters in the league. He's already had 10 home runs this year. He's just been absolutely killing the ball. In his last 4 games, he's put up 2, 32, 34, and 11 DraftKings points. He has been really consistent. I love that he's playing at home today in Yankee Stadium. That is a great hitter's park. I think Aaron Judge has a great chance to add to his home run total today. Matt Latos gives up a ton of home runs, so I like him as well. At outfield at just 4K. I think that is a little bit too cheap. And then looking for a little bit of cheaper value, I really like Corey Dickerson today at just 3,600, getting a matchup against Edison Volquez. I love this matchup for Dickerson. Volquez really struggles against lefties. Dickerson hits righties very well. I definitely think you can target him if you're looking for a little bit of value at outfield. I like his price tag at just 3,600. He has been pretty consistent as of late. In his last 4 games, put up 3, 21, 6, and 4 DraftKings points. He has been getting the job done. He has been hitting the ball really well this year. He's batting .330. He's already had 6 home runs. He's been really showing off his pop. Like I said, Edison Volquez, he is not a good pitcher. He really struggles against lefties. I definitely think Corey Dickerson has a great chance to go deep today. So I like him. If you're looking for a cheaper outfielder, you can definitely target him at just 3,600. And then one more value play that I really like is Ender Inciarte at just 3,600, going up against Matt Harvey. Inciarte has been on absolute tear lately. He's been really consistent. In his last 4 games, he's put up 15, 18, 19, and 15 DraftKings points. So like I said, he's been really consistent. I love this matchup today against Harvey. Inciarte hits righties very well. Matt Harvey, he has not looked good this year. He has really struggled, especially against the Braves. He has not done well against the Braves. And I love that Inciarte is going to be playing at home today in Atlanta, which is a great hitter's park for lefties. Inciarte, he's been really showing off his power this year. He already has 4 home runs. At the time I'm recording this video, he did hit a home run tonight, so he currently has 5 home runs. And Inciarte doesn't have just power as well. He does have pretty good speed. He's already got 7 stolen bases this year. So if Inciarte gets on base, he's going to be running. He has a ton of upside in this matchup, so I really like him at just 3,600. I think that price tag is way too cheap. So he's definitely going to be on my radar if I'm looking for a cheaper outfielder. And yeah, there's some outfielders I like today. Go ahead and give you guys half my lineup for tonight. Alright guys, so this is half of a lineup filled out with one of the pitchers that I like for tonight, along with some hitters that I like. To try and give you guys plenty of value to go along with Chris Sale, so you can use half of this lineup and build around it. Or if you want to get my lineups, then follow me on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT and send me a message on Twitter. Even if you play on FanDuel, I give out FanDuel lineups as well. And I will be posting on Twitter how my lineups do, so you can see that as well. So be sure to follow me on Twitter. If you look in the description, there is a link that you can click on, and that'll take you straight to my Twitter account. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Please be sure to like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed. If you never want to miss out on any videos, please be sure to turn on post notifications. If you click the bell icon next to my YouTube name, that'll send you a notification every time I upload. So if you never want to miss out on any videos, you can do that. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Good luck tonight, guys. Peace.
We have so much in common. We argue all the time.